Hello students. Today I am about to begin session 33 from the chapter Capital Gains. The topic that I intend to teach you today is basis of charge. Under basis of charge, we are trying to study income is taxable under the head capital gains if the following conditions are satisfied. If basis of charge means if we are supposed to tax any income under the head capital gains, then the following conditions needs to be satisfied. First is there should be a capital asset. So income from capital asset is taxable. The asset should be a capital asset. The first condition to satisfy is the asset should be a capital asset. Coming to the second condition, the capital asset is transferred by the SSC during the previous year. The second condition is the income arising out of the transfer of the capital asset should be earned by the assessee during the previous year. In the sense, the capital asset should be transferred by the SSC during the previous year. Third condition is any profit or gains arising as a result of such transfer. So here either they should be a profit or the gain that should arise as a result of the transfer. If during the previous year the transfer of asset is taking place, the transfer of the capital asset is taking place, the transfer of the capital asset should result with profit or gains. There should be some profit or gains arising out of the transfer of the capital asset. This is the third condition. The fourth condition is that such profit or gains is not exempt from tax under section 54. So here there are certain profits or gains which are exempted under section 54, 54B, 54D, 54EC, 54EE, 54F, 54G, 54GA and 54GB. So whatever the profits or the gains that are arising from the transfer of the capital assets during the previous year should not be exempted from the tax under the following sections mentioned by me just now. So here, if all these four conditions are satisfied, which we have discussed now, if all the aforesaid conditions are satisfied, then capital gain is taxable in the assessment year which is relating to the previous year in which the capital asset is transferred. So I repeat, in the first part of on the first slide, we actually intend to discuss the basis of charge. So here, in case of basis of charge, we are trying to understand which all the incomes are taxable under the head capital gains. And only if the following conditions are satisfied, then they are treated as income and taxable under the head capital gains. What are those conditions? First of all, the asset should be a capital asset. Secondly, the second condition is that the transfer of the asset should have been taken place during the previous year. The third condition is that out of the transfer of the capital asset, there should be some profit or gain that has arisen. And the fourth condition is that the profit or the gain should not be exempted under section 54. Next, if all these four conditions are satisfied, then the gain that arises is treated as the taxable gain or taxable income and will be charged in the assessment year which belongs to the previous year. So coming to the meaning of what is capital asset. The meaning of capital asset is given under section 45 of the Income Tax Act. What does this capital asset means? Property of any kind held by an assessee, whether or not connected with his business or profession. What is important here is that the capital asset means any kind of property of any kind which the assessee is holding, whether the property relates to his business or whether the property is not connected to his business or whether it is not connected to his business. That is secondary. But capital asset means property of any kind that is in the name of the assessee. So what is a capital asset? Capital means property in the name of the assessee which the assessee is holding. Whether the property is connected with the business or profession or whether it is not connected to the with the business profession, that is not the point, but the property of any kind should be held by the SSC, that is called as a capital asset. Second is any security held by a foreign institutional investor which has invested in such securities in accordance with the regulations made by the SEBI Act. And you are all aware of the SEBI Act. So SEBI has given certain norms of transactions, speculative transactions. If any securities are held by a foreign institutional investor which has invested in the securities as per the norms of what do you say, Security Exchange Board of India, that is also regarded as a capital asset. Capital gain. Next, coming to the capital gains. What do you mean by capital gains? Capital gain is an increase in the capital assets value and is considered to be realized when the asset is sold. Obviously, there are a simple example I would like to give here is that you buy gold for a certain rate. For example, per gram 3000, you are buying a piece of gold. After 5 years, when you are selling the gold, definitely the price would not be 3000, it will be more than 3000. It will be 3500 or 3800. So that is called as increase in the value of the asset. Increase in the value of the asset. So that is how. So in the same way, capital again is nothing but increase in the capital assets value. So here there will be certain capital assets which will increase in their value over a period of time. So capital gain is nothing but increase in the capital assets value and it is considered to be realized when the asset is sold. As long as you have that asset with you, then you cannot guess the capital gain that is accrued on that particular capital assets. Though capital gain arises only when you sell the goods and you realize it. When you're selling the goods only, you will realize about the capital gains. Next, you have capital gain is an economic concept defined as the profit earned on the sale of an asset which has increased in value over a holding period. So as long as you are holding the asset, you will experience the increase in the value of the asset. So the more years you are going to hold, the more will be the value that will be accrued. An asset may include tangible property, a car, a business, or intangible property such as the shares. So here, as the best example here is the shares. You buy share for rupee 10, and if you maintain the share for 10 years, then if it slowly if the company is making the profit, the price of the shares increases over a period of time, and it may reach to 1000 rupees also. So that is what capital gain is nothing but it's an economic concept defined as profit that is earned on the sale of an asset. So whatever the difference you are earning from the sale of a particular property is called as a capital gain. Capital gain refers to an increase in the capital assets value and is considered to be realized when the asset is sold. Again, the same repetition of the point is there. So when you're talking about capital gain, it's nothing but the refers to the increase in the capital assets value and is considered to be realized when the asset is sold. Then next point, a capital gain may be short term or it may be long term and must be claimed on income taxes. So here capital gain may be short term capital gain. So 1 year or less. Then it is called as capital gain and that is called as short term capital gain. The capital gain may be long term capital gain. So if it is more than 1 year, it is called as long term capital gain. However, capital asset does not include the following. So here there are certain examples which are to be noted here, which are not regarded as a capital assets. Capital assets does not include the following. First is any stock in trade, consumable stores or raw materials held for the purpose of business or profession. So capital assets does not include stock. Other than the securities referred to in the point 2 above, just now we have discussed about shares. Shares are capital assets. So excluding shares, this stock in trade. Stock in trade refers to raw material, etc. Then consumables or raw materials held for the purpose of business or profession. You cannot treat this as capital assets. So the stock, consumable stores, spares, raw materials which are held for the purpose of use in the business are not treated as capital assets. Next, all personal belongings of the assets except jewelry. So here the second point is, which will not be called as a capital asset, is that whatever the personal belongings SSC is using except gold, because gold is regarded as a capital asset and it increases in its value as you hold it for the certain period of time. Next, agricultural land in India in the rural area. So if you have if the SSC possesses an agricultural land and that is located in the rural area, then that is not regarded as a capital asset. 6.5% gold bonds are not capital asset. 1977 or 7% gold bonds are not capital assets. 1980 or national defense gold bonds are not capital assets. Now fifth point, special bearer bonds. It is 1981. Actually it is 1991. Kindly consider that these are not regarded as a capital assets. Gold deposit bonds issued under gold deposit schemes 1999. These are also not regarded as a capital assets. So with this I am concluding this particular session wherein we have discussed about few concepts like basis of charge, income that is taxable under the head capital gains, and the following conditions which are to be satisfied. We have also discussed about the meaning of what capital asset is, and we have understood the meaning of capital gains, and lastly we have made an attempt to understand as to which all the assets not included in the capital assets. With this I conclude the session. Thank you.